Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for this is for mid-September 2024. You have this change and healing card and also this fire spirit card. So, again, whatever. A lot of people could be going through a healing at this time, or could be focused on healing. It definitely shows up in the astrology, so it doesn't really surprise me. The fire spirit would represent kind of getting ready to take action in a new direction, or getting ready to take action on something. I feel like you are ready, is what the Eight of Pentacles is saying. The Eight of Pentacles, he is trying to master a craft. He is working on those eight pentacles in front of him, but he is kind of like ready to take things to the next level. And I definitely feel that with that Eight of Pentacles. He's mastering a craft. He's trying to, he's an apprentice. He's trying to master something, but he only has like one more pentacle to work on, and then he is ready. And so I get that feeling for you here, Cancer, where, the Eight of Pentacles is kind of saying you're closer than you think, because again, all he has to do is finish this one pentacle right here. Sometimes I feel with the Eight of Pentacles that we need to kind of like put things into perspective. It would be very beneficial for him to look up at what he has accomplished so far, because right now he's just like head down, focusing on the work that he's doing, and he's not looking at everything that he has accomplished. When you look at everything you've accomplished, it makes whatever you're about to do much more possible, because you see all of the things that you have already done. And I kind of feel that for you, Cancer. Like, I feel like there is a need to see how far you have come in life, because it will make whatever you're about to do kind of seem easy. Maybe not easy, but much easier, because you've already done a lot. You have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups can be a knight in shining armor coming in for you. You do have a little bit of love here. You have the Page of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups, and you have two kings here, King of Swords, King of Pentacles. So there could be a new person coming in with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups could also be you working on something that you're dreaming of. He is very imaginative, and he dreams of a better future, or he's dreaming of what he wants in the future, imagining it. And so I feel for a lot of you that you could be working on some sort of dream. You have the Five of Wands. The words that are popping into my head are, this is not going to get better. I feel like you are conflicted on something, Cancer, and I feel like it's not going to get better until you do it. Like, let's say you're thinking about starting a business, but maybe you're like conflicted on the inside about whether or not to do it. I feel like you're going to continue to feel conflicted until you do it. Same thing with love. Like, maybe you want to go on a date with a person, or maybe you have been dating a person, right? And it's like, I feel like this is saying you're not going to stop feeling conflicted about it until it gets to a certain point. And I would never say that you have to like marry a person or something like that, but I feel like it's saying like, give something a chance. You don't have to marry the person, you don't have to stay with the person, right? But I feel like you're not really going to get the answers unless you kind of, like, there's like a need to go all in here, I feel, is kind of what this is saying. And it's like not like a bad thing or a good thing, right? And again, you don't have to like overcommit to something, but I do feel that this is encouraging you to like really kind of give something your all and just see what happens. And again, that does not mean you have to, marry a person, or like, commit to a business 1,000,000,000% or anything like that. But I do feel it's saying that trying will lead to the best result. And I don't know, kind of weird message for the Five of Wands, but that's what's popping into my head. So, there you go. I also feel, it's interesting that you have the Hermit and the King of Swords. This could be like a person who has no clue who you are, or maybe you don't know who they are. So, this is kind of giving me a little bit of like secret admirer vibes as well. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is about planting seeds in a new direction. And so, again, I feel I kind of get more like leveling up vibes on that Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. You could be committing to something. I just said this with the Five of Wands. It's almost like you're committing to something on a deeper level, or you're making a bigger investment into something. And we're talking about time, effort, energy. We're not necessarily talking about money, right? And so the Eight of Pentacles sometimes I feel says, make a bigger investment. Now, here's the thing with the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, we put energy in, but we also need to pay attention to what we're getting out. I always say that if you're making a bigger investment, that's fine. But if this is business and you make a bigger investment, are you getting a bigger amount of energy back? If the answer is yes, keep going. If the answer is no, stop. Same thing in love. Like if you make a bigger investment in love, if the person is matching your energy, then fine, keep going. But again, I kind of feel that this is saying that you need an answer, this first row, whether it's work or love or whatever, it doesn't matter. I feel like you're just hoping for a bigger, you're hoping for an answer, right? And I feel the bigger investment will give you an answer. Maybe you're afraid of the answer because, again, if you're with a person who isn't willing to make a bigger investment, but you like the person and you have to walk away because they're not willing to make the bigger investment, there's your answer, right? But if they do, then great. You also get a good answer as well. So I kind of get this weird feeling that this could be saying that you're fearing the answer, or it's like you don't know what the answer is or something. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. With the Knight of Cups, you have the King of Wands. We almost have all four kings. So all four kings would be the Emperor. And so again, this is kind of giving me the vibes of you attracting like an Emperor type person or an Empress, take it how it resonates. I also feel the King of Wands about being bold, being assertive. And if this is a dream that you're thinking about committing to, the King of Wands says you really have to nurture something. I look at him like the true father in the tarot. He really, really nurtures things in his life. Like if it's a business, he treats it like a baby. He really babies things into existence. And I feel like you have to do that as well. With the Five of Wands, you have the Three of Cups. There's something about support popping into my head. Some of you might feel that you don't have the support necessary to really go all in on something, or maybe you're fearing that if you do go all in on something that you're going to lose support. And I feel like that's not true. So I feel like you need to go all in on something. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this heal card and this surrender. Yes, definitely having to surrender. Whenever we're nervous or fearful about making an investment, and again, we're not talking about money here. We're talking about time, effort, energy, something like that. I feel like we have to surrender to the outcome. Again, I get that feeling where what you are really fearing maybe here for some of you is that if you go all in, the answer is going to be no. Whether it's a person, a business, or otherwise, doesn't matter. I feel that that's like the fear, and for some of you. And so I feel like this is like surrender to the outcome, because I think it's worse to be stuck in a position where you don't know, because then you're just thinking about things, then you're just imagining things, and you're like living in a fantasy. And I feel this reading is kind of encouraging you to go all in so that you can escape the fantasy, or so that you can create a reality instead. I hope that makes sense. Some of you could be healing as well. You have the King of Swords, the Hermit, and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like the King of Swords, could be this person. They could be more mature, older than you, if you're looking at a person or if you have a person already. Could be very, the King of Swords can be a little bit hard to read, which I feel like I've said to you before. I'm pretty sure this came up in your September eclipse reading, or it might have been the September bonus reading. I don't really remember which, but I feel like this person could be hard to read, and that could be part of the problem. The King of Swords also has like a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and I feel that you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. You have the Hermit card right here. The Hermit, everything about him screams knowledge and wisdom. He has a gray cloak, knowledge and wisdom. He has a gray beard. He's old. He's got the staff as well, knowledge and wisdom. So, and he's also climbed to the top of a mountain, and now he is shining his inner light. But the Hermit is hidden. He's in hermit mode, and he needs to come down from the mountain and show the world what he's made of. And so I feel for a lot of you, this is kind of like saying that you have to come out of hermit mode and express something into the world. We have a lot of fire energy here. You have that fire spirit. So, well, not a lot, but some. And, we've only just begun. So you have that in the King of Wands. And now you have the Hermit, which is kind of like not fire energy, but he needs to shine that light out in front of him. And again, show the world what he's made of, which I feel like you could be doing. You have the Seven of Pentacles. It's like something has to change, Seven of Pentacles. He's looking at these pentacles and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is my life worth it? Or are the things that I'm working on worth it? Am I really getting what I want out of life? Or not? And I really can't, I can't answer that question for you. You have to kind of like weigh your options. And I think it's interesting that you have the Six of Pentacles, because the Six of Pentacles, he is holding that scale in front of him and he is saying, like, he's weighing his options. He's deciding who to give what to. And I feel the Seven of Pentacles is saying, what would make your life worth it? Or, what would make it more worth it? With the King of Swords, you have the Page of Cups. Yes, like I said, this definitely could be a King of Swords type person. It could be a person who has like a lot of knowledge and wisdom. It could be, a person who is very discerning. It could be a person who's like very disciplined as well. But again, they could be a little bit hard to read. I also get the feeling that, if you are the type of person that has your eye on a person, I feel like there's a lot you don't know about this person, but like in a good way, it's like maybe you think they're good, but it's like they're better than you think. So, but again, you're not going to figure that out until you make the investment. With the Hermit card, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely your fortune's turning in your favor. I feel like I'm getting the word benefits as well popping into my head with the Wheel of Fortune. So some of you literally could be getting a job with benefits. That's probably why it popped into my head. But I also feel that there could be like additional benefits to something that you're doing. The Wheel of Fortune is really your fortune's turning in your favor. So, again, you could be experiencing, a deep turnaround or really a successful turnaround in your life. And obviously that would be a good thing. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups would represent dissatisfaction. Some of you, maybe what could be holding you back is dissatisfaction from the past. The Four of Cups says you've manifested these cups in front of you before, and now you're getting another cup, but he is in contemplation and apathy mode because he has experienced something before and he's worried that he's going to repeat a cycle. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. Even though the Wheel of Fortune is a good card, it can still say that you are fearful about repeating a cycle, but he might need to accept that cup. I always say the Four Cups, like he's trying to manifest a cake, he's manifested the flour, the sugar, the eggs. I think that you need to realize your past experiences are the flour, the sugar, the eggs. It's like you need to mix it all together and pop it in the oven and bake a cake. So I feel for some of you that there could be a new offer, love offer, coming in for you that will be very good, but you have to like accept it, right? Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Bull card. It says masculinity, objectivity, and leadership. You have this Mantis. It says fearlessness, flexibility, and battle. So definitely an action-taking type of reading, where you taking action will lead to success. We are in a time of flexibility, and that Mantis card says flexibility on it. I think that if one way to do something doesn't work, you just have to try another way, and it's just that simple. I also do feel that you're going to have to be fearless at this time, so, there you go. The whole entire reading we talk about overcoming some sort of fear. You have the Seven of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. Seven of Swords is about doing something in a different way. Exactly what I just said. He is stealing those swords from an army that's in the background. And so instead of going to war, he is stealing the swords from the army in the background, and he's going to war in a different way. Seven of Swords comes up like crazy. I just did 10 interviews the other day, right? And like every single person I did an interview with was like, what's the most common energy that you see right now? And I said Seven of Swords. So, this comes up for everyone. I think that we're in a time of innovation. We're going to have Pluto moving back into Aquarius to stay for like 19 point something years or whatever in November. So we're literally in a time of innovation. It's like everything that you do, is there a better way to do it? That is the question I ask myself every single day. Is there a better way to do everything I'm doing? Look at all the experiments I run on this channel. Like, why do you think that is? Because I'm working with the energy, and that's exactly what I would do with the Seven of Swords, is I would work with the energy. The Seven of Swords also says that you're probably making a bigger deal out of something than it needs to be. He has these polka dots on his cloak, and the polka dots in the tarot can represent taking something too seriously. So again, I feel like your future self is saying that, if you really go for something here, whether it's love or business, I think for most of you it's love or business, but it could be health or, some sort, maybe you want to move or something. It could be a big decision, like a life-changing decision with the Wheel of Fortune. So, again, I think your future self is basically saying that if you make your move, that in the future you're going to be like, oh, I made a bigger deal out of that than I needed to. You have the King of Pentacles. Again, if you are attracting a person, they could be very King of Swords and King of Pentacles-ish. These two are, the King of Pentacles is someone who wants something long-term, someone who wants something very serious. So it could be a really good person. It could be any sign. You have like everything here. But the King of Pentacles also has skills, so it's probably a person with skills. Also, for those of you that want money, this is very good for building wealth or building financial security. You have the Two Wands. Two Wands about taking the lead and getting out into the world. So definitely, I feel a lot of you have to like change your circumstances, or you are working on changing your circumstances right now. I just get that message as well. I'm getting very weird messages in your reading here, Cancer. Like none of the messages are like traditional meanings of the cards, right? But I do feel with the Two Wands that you are kind of like looking to change your circumstances. This could be like financial or otherwise. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands is about being spontaneous. And again, definitely with the Seven of Swords, with all these cards that kind of say you have to be flexible, the Knight of Wands is very flexible. If he doesn't have something, I look at him as a true builder in the tarot. If he doesn't have something, he builds it. So again, I feel this is encouraging you to be like flexible, stay open to new possibilities, all that other stuff. Yeah, yes. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Cups. Definitely, I have a feeling that all three water signs are going to have good love readings. It just, this Pisces eclipse is actually kind of good for love for water signs. And so, again, I have a feeling that all three water signs are probably going to have good love readings, but definitely a love offer that could be coming in for you. You could be the one that's making a love offer as well. Take it how it resonates. With the Two of Wands, yes, you have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is happy home, happy family. So, yes, again, if you're attracting a person in love, this could be a very serious connection. The Ten of Cups also would say focus on your happiness. So I think all of you, not talking about love, we're talking about your whole entire life. I feel that, attracting more happiness or doing things that bring more love, joy, and happiness into your life, doing more of those things will just make you have a better life. And that's exactly what I would do there. Ten of Cups is also fortune after difficulty. You have the Squirrel Spirit, says believe in yourself. You have this Electric Eel Spirit, says bring your ideas to life. And so I feel a lot of you need to believe that whatever you're thinking about can happen. And if you believe it, then it will happen. I'm kind of surprised like the Seven of Wands didn't show up here. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. And I have the Seven of Wands kind of popping into my head. That's why I'm saying this. You don't have it here. It might show up in the clarification. I don't know. But, again, this is kind of giving me Seven of Wands vibes, where Seven of Wands says when you know that when you really believe something deep down inside, that's when you'll make it happen. So I think you need to believe. You have the Page of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Page of Cups could definitely be a love offer. You have the Page of Cups twice. The whole entire reading is a love. So there you go. Definitely could be a love offer coming in for you. But in the good stuff, this would be like true love that's coming in for you. You have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is about this or that thinking. In the area of the good stuff, this could say that you are finding other ways to do things. She has this new island behind her here, and that new island represents a third place. I always say Two of Swords is my card of third place solutions or finding a better way to do things. And it, like I said, with the Seven of Swords, it looks like you need to find a better way to do things. And the Two of Swords would say you are. You have the Ace of Cups. Again, if there's a love offer coming in for you, the Ace of Cups is a self-filling cup. This would be an offer that causes you to overflow. This would be an offer that causes you to, that really brings a lot of energy and a lot of flow. Even if you don't want love, the Ace of Cups with the Ten of Cups could say that you are doing more of the things that you do love in life. And I think everybody should do that right now, because that's how we're going to change the world. With the Page of Cups, you have the High Priestess. Could be a Pisces, for sure. Could be someone with Pisces in their chart. Could be a very intuitive person. These cards also, outside of love, would say that you're in a very intuitive time. We have a lot of intuitive cards here. So it might be a really good time for you to trust your intuition. Might be a good time for you to trust your inner voice, or to listen to your inner voice. That's what I would do with the High Priestess. With the Two of Swords, you have the Hermit, which is good. Again, this could say that you are coming down from the mountain. You have the Hermit twice. You cannot make this up, Cancer, as well. Like every single reading that I do for you, you are the only sign that gets a million repeating cards. And, you have the Hermit twice. You have a bunch of cards twice in this reading. So that's pretty interesting. But, the Hermit in the good stuff would say you're kind of coming out of Hermit mode. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success, quick conclusion, good news, could also be communication. So right here, you could be communicating with a new person or saying you're about to communicate with a new person. Eight of Wands would also be like a quick win as well. So, in work or business, I do feel like some of you could be having a quick win doing, whatever you do. You have this protection card, and I feel that I think in the eclipse readings that I did, there was like a lot of protection stuff. So I feel you are protected at this time. Didn't you have another one here? It said something about protection, or am I making that up? I'm making that up. Never mind. You have this publicity card. A great time for attention. I think this is true for everyone. That if there's something you want to work on, I would get as much attention as you can on whatever you're creating. Pluto in Aquarius is going to be all about positive attention, and so whatever you can do, like especially if you're working on projects, businesses, ideas, I would get attention on those things. You have this empathy thing, and I meant to say empathy card, but there's an empathy thing that's going on in the energy for sure. I think that we need to pay attention to our connections with all sorts of people, and we need to pay attention to make sure that we're attracting people who have like true empathy, and those are the people we need to surround ourselves with. And that's what I would do with this card, is surround yourself with people who have empathy. You have this discrimination card. Yeah, it's about being able to tell what's right and wrong for you. And so I feel a lot of you, you have that 4 cups, which is saying you've had negative experiences before. So like trust your past insights, trust your knowledge, because you know what's right, you know what's wrong, and I would just pay attention. And finally, you have the status card. Definitely could be, this is my fancy couple card. This is a card of attracting someone where it increases your status. And so you could definitely be attracting the type of person where your status is increased by being with that person. So like I said, definitely could be love. But this is a pretty good reading here, Cancer. Love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.